we go back pretty far with this next guest. Well, our careers are very much in line with one another in the sense that we did a lot of our early performing at the same spots. We've known each other for quite some time, and we've watched this artist really go from...
I want to tell a story, though, because we got to stretch for a second.
That's cool.
I think it was around 2000. We used to perform at a club here in the city called the Black Lily, but it was called the Five Spot. So we used to perform at the Five Spot every Tuesday night, and we had started to build up a little crowd. So, you know, at the Five Spot, maybe 100, 115 people or so
Give or
would
take.
be in there. No problem. We're going to tell the story. Like 115 people or so would be in there. So we got so used to performing in front of the Five Spot audience, like it was like that was our crutch. We needed that Five Spot audience if we was to go anywhere
We
else.
thought we was rock stars. We had 150 people and we was in there walking in there like, hey y'all.
Yeah. But look, so we finally got a gig out of town.
Yes.
And we went down to Aja's hometown, Raheem's adopted hometown as well.
Well, same hometown.
Washington, D.C.
The area.
And we played at this club called the Black Cat. So in order to go to the Black Cat, we had to take some of the audience from the Philly audience, and we chartered a bus and took them down with us to D.C. so we could have that same Philly crowd. So we took maybe 40,
About
50
40 people.
40, 50 people on a bus.
Cheated.
Down there, and the bus broke down and shit. It was regular black stuff.
It's crazy.
But at this club, the Black Cat, this is where we first meet Raheem DeVaughn in like 2000. And we're going to talk about why, you know, what he was doing then, blah, 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 but it's just like Raheem didn't need any of the Philly crowd.
Nope.
He was at home.
Shut the whole thing
They
down.
shut the shit down there. So here we are 20 years later.
Yes.
Raheem got 7 albums.
Yes.
We got about 7 albums. We all been touring around the entire world, entire globe. We household names in certain houses.
In certain houses.
In certain houses.
Black people houses.
Black people houses. But we're really excited, and we're really excited to introduce him today. He is a Grammy-nominated artist.
Yes.
As I said, he has 7 albums to his credit.
Yes.
His current album out right now, The Love Reunion, with top 10 songs.
Yes.
He also was just named the 7th most played artist on R&B Urban AC Radio in 2019.
That's period.
That shit is big.
That's period.
So without further ado, we want to bring to you our good brother from the DMV area.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, make a joyful noise for brother Raheem DeVaughn.
Hey.
And Raheem's got a little special guest with him. Young King DeVaughn. Today is his 5th birthday, Raheem's son. Everybody on the count of 3, happy birthday, King. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, King. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. So thank you for coming to hanging on your birthday with us. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Welcome.
Thank
You
you.
looking like daddy.
Yeah, you
All
know.
right,
So it's a night of suns. I see.
Yeah.
It's a night of suns.
He's the youngest of 4.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
4 beautiful children. 4 with so much to learn from their father.
Yeah.
Indeed. And I think this is a really cool thing to see you with your son, because it really kind of brings me into some of the first things I want to talk about.
Okay.
That you being, having spent a lot of time around your father, who was a musician, who is a musician, and just kind of give us a little bit about some of those first lessons that you learned about making music and performing music.
I'll be honest, like I learn more lessons now than I did then.
Mm-hmm.
I was very stubborn in terms of like I had opportunity to learn every instrument there probably was to learn, from violin to cello to piano to drums. and stuff like that. And I didn't really cling to it as a child. I didn't know that I would be doing music full time.
Yeah.
So I was kind of rebellious, and it was more like a kind not forced upon me, but like you need
Yeah.
to learn this, or I want you to learn this. And I was just like,
No.
nah, that ain't my thing, or that's not what I want to do.
Sounds familiar.
You know what I mean? So, but now I kick myself in the butt for it every day. I mean, I'm picking up things slowly but surely. But I mean, being a vocalist and a songwriter, like that's my thing. I think that's what I was put on earth to do. One of many things, and just really perfecting my craft on that. And I just I let the kids be with who they are and not really try to force anything like. But him, he just loves like music. I think he's probably gonna be the.
He was playing the drums in
Yeah, he was
Soundcheck.
playing. Yeah, he was playing the drums at Soundcheck. He spends a lot of time with his grandparents and going to church on Sundays. So he plays in the church and the drums. You like to play drums?
Yes.
What else you like to play?
And that's it.
That's it. What about the piano?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. But the drums are your favorite? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I actually took a time to listen to a little bit of your dad's music, and one of the things I think that's beautiful about
Your dad, Abdul Wadud.
Wadud, who's a cellist,
Yep.
and so some of his music, and one of the things that I find that draws me to, I guess, somewhat of the similarities or influences is that you really are quite a beautiful weaver of moments of the way you stack your backgrounds, the way you do background vocal arrangements. And so I hear a little bit of that influence in terms of just the experimental jazz aspect of the things that he was doing and kind of creating that atmosphere.
Yeah.
So even though you weren't necessarily trying to learn, I think that there is quite a bit.
Oh, no
I
doubt.
think there's quite a bit there
I
that
can see
ties
that.
you all musically
I
to
never
one
thought
another.
about it like that. It's definitely been the comparisons in terms of just him being like independent and being a rebel, I guess you could say, in terms of his music. The first project he did, his solo project, was called Me, Myself, and I, where he was like in the woods.
I love it.
Just him, and just like very, he could have went a whole nother route with his music and been very, and I don't want to say like necessarily, I don't know if the right term, well, yeah, the way it was put to me was he could have, even back in the 60s, he could have sold his soul to be
Commercial.
bigger or commercial or whatever that means, right? And he opted to own his art and do it independently and be this phenomenal recluse, cellist, and even now a lot of his students from all over the world, I can be different places in the world and they'll run up on me and be like, yeah, your dad taught me how to play, the cello or the violin or how to read and write music. Yeah. And they're like extremely thankful for that, Yeah.
He laid the foundation.
Beautiful legacy to hold, absolutely.
So like I was saying in the intro, we meet you for the first time in 2000 with a collective called Urban Ave 31. You've been a part of a few different collectives, but I wanted to ask, what happened to Urban Ave 31? What are those guys doing now?
Man, I know Omar's been doing a lot.
Wait, is Omar in Black Alley?
Omar Retinue. Yeah, who was one of the founders of Urban Ave 31 with me. He was part of a group called the Remains. It's probably one of the dopest hip hop groups that the world may not ever know. It was very similar to like the Wu-Tang. It just reminded me of the Wu-Tang, but they came from like that. I guess you could say just like from that woke, the Moors and just that whole Atlanta wave of just being woke with the knowledge and. So that was a very life-changing period for me, you know what I mean? Back in 1996, I feel like I'm getting old, right? Like in 1996, in the summer of June 96, I was gunned down in Baltimore City. I had just dropped out of college, Coppin State, earlier that semester. I was really kind of just figuring out music and kind of dibbling and dabbling in I guess you could say the wrong side of the track. But actually, me being shy was like me being a peacemaker. It was like two young ladies who had gotten an argument, and I was trying to break up the argument and just kind of escalated from there. But that day was always like, it's kind of like a monumental day for me because I made some like promises, like to God, and
Of
to
course.
to myself. You know what I'm saying? And so you know, in one of those promises was to make sure that to always make some music of substance and like socially conscious music. So that kind of like became my journey, like with that. Urban Ave 31 was formed out of like Bar None, which was an open mic spot. It's now called Club Pier. 14th
Which is
and
very
U.
much like kind of like the Black Lily
Black
vibe
Lily, yeah,
in,
it was
in
basically
Washington,
the Black
DC.
Lily of
Yeah.
DC. And so I would do Bar None on Monday nights. Shoot up to Black Lily was what, on Tuesdays?
Tuesday.
That's it, right? My memory not that old, right? I would shoot up to Philly on Tuesdays, and then I would go to Baltimore on Wednesdays because they had what they was called Warm Wednesdays with DJ Lil Mike, and that was just pretty much my schedule.
That's
that
the
was
run
part,
right there.
That was part of my weekly schedule. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, people started to think that I was from Baltimore and even like Philly, like, you know what I'm saying, at one point, my first album pretty much was, the majority
It's
of
Philly.
it was recorded in Philly, at Jazzy Jeff's old recording studios, you know what I mean? So,
Don't give away all the questions, man.
yeah. So yeah, anyway, so Urban Ave 31 was formed kind of like out of the Bar None movement, it was very socially conscious. A lot of those guys are still around. They're doing everything's moved on, have families, what have you. It's crazy. We're probably coming up on like the 20-year anniversary, maybe 25 years of it's 20 to 25 years of The Healing, which was the first project.
It's okay to be you.
Yeah, which like set the tone. It set the tone for who I would be as an artist, and I can never get too far away from that. So I have my moments where I make love songs.
Fertile Ground, Urban
yeah,
Ave.
Yeah, the whole movement.
31, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was a really good time because I think many times for us as artists, we always lament back to, and particularly those of us in the same age range, to the 90s as a Renaissance time in music that we grew up on and that we really loved. But really that time period was also Renaissance in and of itself.
Yeah.
As you developed as an artist, and particularly an independent artist, you are definitely one of those artists that really set a pace that other artists can really, what's the word I'm looking for? Pattern their path against. You talked about the things you learned later on were more impactful to you. What were some of the things you learned that were very impactful about that early independent grind?
Just hustling, like I saw a gap, or I saw a disconnect where a lot of artists were coming into the open mic spots, and they weren't allowing the artists to lead with them, meaning like something tangible. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't like Wes Felton was like very much a part.
Homie right there.
Like Wes is one of my mentors musically. You know what I mean? And so that was something I saw Wes doing with the CDs, and just, where he would just do the artwork on it right there in front of them and sign it, and boom, you know what I mean? And when I saw that,
Personalizing.
personalizing it, but the humble begin, like the hustler in me was like, oh, it's as easy as that. Making something that people like and then providing it to them, and they'll pay you for it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right, I could do this.
Yeah.
And they had a talent show at the time, Bar None, $2,000. I won the talent show, and then from there I got immediately bought a CD burner and started burning my own CDs, and that's how we moved.
How much
That's-
leverage?
Damn, the CD burner.
Yeah.
The CD burner.
And I had
Man, y'all kids
that the
don't know
six-
what it's like to get a
I had-
CD burner.
I had the one CD burner, and then but when I won the contest, I was able to get the joint where
With the
you could do
six
like
joints on it?
9 joints at one time.
We had that.
You put the
Killing
master
the
in
game.
there, and then it's like, man,
We had that. We was early on. We was, he
we
came
had
home.
that. We
He
still
came
got
home
it.
with that thing. Baby, look what I got. I'm
It's
like,
a
boy,
wrap
bye.
after that.
DVDs, CDs.
Like,
We
rent
at the
is due.
barbershop.
Yeah.
But how much leverage did that give you when you started going out to like shop deals?
It gave me a lot of leverage. So let me say this: I've always been one of those guys that had his hands in multiple things. So not only was I in Urban Ave 31, but I was in a group with Wes called the Crossroads.
Yeah.
Right. And my deal you know, by the time I was in front of Jive Records, I had been at every other label as a solo artist. I had been rejected. I was on my whole social conscious kick. Like, we were doing shows. I had my brother D Chase, who was helping us out doing multiple things, you know, plug us into the colleges and stuff like that. So it really came at a moment where I really wasn't even looking to do that. I was always writing songs, you know. I had landed a record on Heather Headley's album at the time, first project. But I had a desire to be a solo artist, and I had the records ready. I had a project, you know. But it just, you know, I was doing pretty much what I love to do, and it was just happening organically. Yeah. And at the time, I had a manager who had taken a meeting at Jive and was playing some records. And when they got to my records, they played some more records, and they kept saying, "Go back to the record. Who's that right there?" And I went and did a showcase for Jive, really not expecting to get a deal. You know what I mean? We were supposed to go there and do like 2 songs. I ended up performing for an hour. This was back in like 2002. You know what I mean? Like, and they immediately wanted me to stay, and they offered me a deal. And, you know, I think I said something like, well, if y'all gonna make $5 million, at least make sure I make 5. If y'all gonna make 50, at least make sure I make 5 of the 50, or something like that. And they chuckled and laughed, or whatever.
As they would in
As
that
they do.
situation.
That's what you would do.
You know? But I already kind of knew what I was signing up for, so I never had the mentality of like, yo, once I do this deal, then I'm gonna stop doing what I was doing. Like, you know, me and the management would bump heads, because they kind of like, yo, you got this whole everything you're doing, and you're sending mixed signals, and it's just like, I always was like a rebel, like, man, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Either like, our situation is our situation, and y'all gonna get a bag, and we're gonna be cool, and I'm gonna do this too. And if y'all don't like it, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, this is what I'm doing. So it's always been that's always been the energy. You know what I mean?
I want to jump in on that because, you know, we was going to ask about who brokered the deal for Jive and how you ended up there. But, you know, Jive Records, when you signed to Jive Records, R. Kelly is like their #1 male artist at the time. Yeah. And I remember specifically when you were going in that direction, and I was like, you know, don't work with R. Kelly. Yeah. Don't work with R. Kelly. Don't work with R. Kelly.
Oh, look.
I was trying to tell you that.
Now, listen, so let me break the whole thing down. I'm the only one that didn't work with him. Yeah. Like, to be clear, like, and to be completely transparent, like, the customer remix, I didn't even know that happened. We never sent the record to them and asked to do it. If you really listen to the record, that's him attempting to do what I did when I did the beat jacking and jacking for beats. That's what that was.
You were trying to take your shit and make
that's
it.
What, yeah, that's what that was.
Excuse me, King.
And I'm not the first artist who encountered that though. Yeah. On the label, like Joe has nightmares.
Oh yeah, I know.
People like apparently with where it was like, you know, where record stations were called or said like, yo, it's either him or me or whatever. Like there was.
Did you ever meet him and get any energy whatsoever?
It was not like so there was I got a couple of R. Kelly stories, you know what I'm saying? And let me say this, I'm a big supporter of Andrea, so I don't even play with, I'm very conscientious of that because I know that they got kids and, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other things involved. But I will say this, one, like I said, the customer remix wasn't something that I initiated. It wasn't even something that the label initiated. In fact, I had reached out to multiple artists to get on in the height of Customer blowing up, which was a record that was also recorded in Philly, by the way.
Carvin and Ivan.
Produced by Carvin and Ivan, and a phenomenal songwriter and artist, Tight Writer.
Oh, Tight Writer, that's where she wrote that.
Yeah, so that record was like, I wrote the bridge on that record. I was there doing something else, and there was a songwriting session, and when they played that record, I was like, not only am I gonna finish this record, but this record, like, that's mine. Yeah. Like, that's out of here. I already knew what it was as soon as I heard it, right? And so that was kind of like my beginning of like my A&R ear on it. Now, once the record started doing what it was doing, I reached out to mad people to get on the remix. We reached out to Jay Holiday's camp, who was on fire at the time. We reached out to a lot of people. The only person who sent me a verse and did not charge me was Trey Songz. Right? And this no lie. I was in New York, like shooting it was like we had got paid to like promote some shoes or something, Uggs or I forgot what the shoes were at the time, right? And it was what's the boy from 106 and Park? AJ, not AJ. This was after AJ. Terrence J. So we were in New York shooting, and it was like literally Trey had just sent the verse, and I was excited about it. And literally on the radio, the remix comes on, like, or people start blowing up my phone, like, and they was like so super excited. And there's a line on that record where I cringed. Even now, like I cringe when I listen to it, where where he says, "If you thirsty, I got some real good lemonade." And it was just like, it was totally like, and of course, like at the time when they signed me, he was in that's when the allegations and things first started. You know what I mean?
That's some tattletale shit on yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I was always torn about going. So there was literally a conversation about me going to Chicago, and they told me the whole process. When you go, he gonna be playing ball. It's like literally when you went to go work with R. Kelly, you just stayed there and waited until he was ready. Like you'd be at the studio, it might be 3:00 in the morning, and he might come in, and then y'all do the song. Like it was
Selena Johnson
it was
was
some
here. She spoke
specific
about
things.
it. Yeah.
That whatever. But my whole thing was like, bro, for me, I didn't need him. Like my pen always been crazy. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? So it wasn't as an artist and as a songwriter, did I want to do it like under the right circumstances before knowing what I knew at the time? Yeah, like I would have did it. But morally, I couldn't, they went so far. There was another record. It was like a reggae record that I had did. Yeah. And somehow or another it ended up out in Chicago, and he like got on that record and did that record. It never saw the light of day or whatever. And but needless to say, I never went to Chicago to work with him. I mean, one thing about Jive, if you notice, all the artists that they had were kind of like self-contained. But it was something about him where it was kind of like you had to, like, whether you were Britney Spears, whoever. Like, it was only kind of a few that I saw kind of like Bob and Weave having to go do the record with him. I want to say Justin Timberlake was one of those that was like, it was self-contained. He didn't have to do it. You know what I mean? But pretty much everybody else besides myself. And I mean, he still found a way to do it. Like
without your permission.
Yeah, without my permission. You know what I mean?
But I want to talk about Customer because what I feel is really important about that record is that up until that point, like you said, you've done a lot of socially conscious music, and you were able to. You were doing love songs before then, but you were able to, after that, fuse together something that I think no one's really been able to do for a really long time. Is fuse together the idea of being, a romantic singer, or a sex symbol, and be socially conscious as well. It's all right, King.
I'll listen.
Get your camera time, man.
He like, man, listen. But yeah, you've been able to fuse together these two personalities. And you got a little bit of flack for it, but I think really after 7 albums, no one can deny you've been able to maintain that.
What's the difference between what I do and what Marvin Gaye did, right? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? Or Prince. You know what I mean? Prince could give you like Insatiable, but then give you Sign of the Times.
It's the sexual and the conscious.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So there's a very, very woke side to me, and there's a very sexual R&B like very
freak in there. It's a freak in there.
But it's grown and managed, and I hope that when it's received, it's received tastefully. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not so like, because I say some wild things on.
You've done some wild videos too, Raheem.
But I try to always do it in a tasteful way when I raise the eyebrow, or that when I give you the image for it, it's still received in a. Now I'll tell you what did
ladies?
change. I'll tell you what record. Hold on.
Hold tight, ladies. Ladies.
Now
hold tight on to God's unchanging hand. We gonna get there.
We gonna have to get King off of here in a minute.
Look, you might say it's Customer, but I'm gonna tell you what really kind of like changed the trajectory of it kind of like for real, it made me a sex symbol, but it gave me some attention that I didn't really want. Right? And I didn't think it, and when I did it at the time, I promise you, I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal. It's when I did the She Single Beat Jack, the Lil Wayne She Single Beat Jack.
Okay,
And then we put out the video.
The video.
And the
Is that
video
the
and
video
Yes.
with the
yeah,
thing,
where
the thing that you do when you did the
yeah.
thing that the ladies like.
it was
that thing.
Assimilating
Yeah.
a buffet.
The
Simulate.
baby is here.
Yeah, you pulled up to
Cover
the
your
table.
ears,
You
son.
pulled up to the table.
So
Seat at the table.
that like found its way all the
There's
way.
a kid up here. There's a
Oh.
seat at the table.
I heard people say all kind of, man, it was sad. He had to do that for people to be checking for him now. Like I remember Wes. We was in front of Park nightclub. We was in front of Park, and like Wes jumped in my shit. Like he like,
what are you
he was
doing?
like, bro, like what are you like, bro? That wasn't a good move. Like I remember my mom calling
And I
me.
know, Wes, it was some more
Look,
colorful
my-
language in that.
My mom called me like, yo, you got this porno out? Like, yo, what's this movie you got out floating around? You got people hitting my phone. Like, it was great. Like,
Happy birthday, King.
they talked
Happy
about it on
birthday.
CNN. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
And was that kind of a wake-up call for you? Like, what was that like? Like trying to process that moment,
It
and
was,
how, and what do you do after that? Like,
I mean, I ran with the. You know what? I wasn't prepared. And that's a vital lesson I learned. I wasn't prepared because that was during a time from like 2011 when the clock struck 12 on 2011. I became a independent artist. My business with Jive was officially done. I was never dropped from the label. It was a situation where I dropped the label. Like they came to me at the time, like where I was going into the fourth period of my album, which they would have had to give me like M's at that point on the van side and on the record side. Yeah. And they came to me and were like, "Hey man, can you do the album for like 300,000?" And could you live off of that? Look.
Yeah, those numbers.
And that's when the war on black music began.
boom.
Right? Where they started to tell you
The decline.
Where they basically started to tell us that our music didn't have value anymore. Like I got this contract with you, but I'm not gonna honor it. So you can either take this pile that I'm gonna give you, you can either take this bag I'm gonna give you, or you can go and figure it out on your own. And I chose to go and figure it out on my own, but I wasn't ready. And I just continued to do the mixtapes. That's where I didn't put out an album for like 3 years. Right, you know what I mean? If I had to if I know what I knew now, I'd have hit the ground running. Like now, I'm prepared to drop an album every 9 months for the next 15, 20 years. Like I already got it. Like it's already too late.
The boy got the vault.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wasn't prepared to, I think that was the biggest lesson in that. You know what I mean?
How did you escape being a go-go band leader?
I actually am. Now.
I was going to say that.
I didn't.
The rest of the question is, or did you? But basically.
I didn't. Well, for a long time, I just felt like that was something that was like cliche. Mm-hmm. I felt like that's something that was so expected, and I felt like if I'm gonna do it, coming from the city or representing the city the way I do, that I have to do it. I gotta do it all the way and not do it at all, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, I have started a go-go band, Raheem, DeVaughn, and the Crank Crusaders, or simply known as the Crank Crusaders. We've been doing shows. We actually started the new year off, 2019. We started off at the Kennedy Center with Backyard Band, and there is a go-go album in the works, and it's coming, and I have a band. And it's really for me to just stand in solidarity with the go-go community. But it's also that, the businessman in me, I know what the bands gross. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they've been grossing. Like, average bands, like, on the average, they're making anywhere from $250,000 to $1 million a year.
In 3 cities.
Without having to leave the city. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to be home
It's a
more.
beautiful thing.
I want to be home more. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I want to, just other things I want to do, radio, syndicated radio, different things I want to do. In a perfect world, like 5-10 years from now, I want to be on the radio, syndicated, doing my go-go gig when I want to do that, and basically you just coming to the MGM and seeing the whole thing. You get the GoGo thing, you get the Raheem DeVaughn experience, you get the after party experience, and you just come to my city. You just come to my city to see me.
I love it. I mean, Washington, D.C., just so y'all know, has been enthralled in a movement called Don't Mute D.C. and Don't Mute GoGo, which is just started with some of our main neighborhoods where lots of music, and particularly in the neighborhood, in the U Street, Howard University area, where many musicians from jazz to R&B to go-go to everything got their start. Well, one of the stores that has been playing go-go outside of the store for many years, due to heavy gentrification, was asked to cut the music off. And in response to that, the community came together and, took that opportunity to make a statement as a city and say, you're not gonna mute our music, you're not gonna mute our culture, period. So when he says standing in solidarity with the go-go community, that is what you're referencing.
And right now, like I'm, outside of the go-go community, like, next to probably like Wale, I'm the biggest.
Oh yeah.
I'm the public figure, like, you know what I mean?
For the area, for sure.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna take it upon myself to stand in solidarity with the go-go community. On any given night, I'm there anyway. Right?
Hey.
In the cut, watching or enjoying, or I might jump on with Rare Essence, or jump on with Backyard, or jump on with Black Alley. So it's like, it's definitely something fun, and like doing what we do, you can fall out of love with it. And you fall back in love with it. And the best way to stay in love with it is to just do different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's all.
I'm going to ask you this. The Grammy Awards were just released, or the nominations were just released like a week or so ago. And, you have a few top 10 singles from this new album. And then you were voted the #7 most played artist on Urban AC this year. Do you think that the process with the Grammys is flawed at all?
So let me say this. So yeah, definitely it just came out that I was the 7th most played artist at Urban AC Radio. I'm the 2nd most played male artist at Urban AC Radio after Anderson .Paak, who's a phenomenal artist as well.
Which is interesting because Anderson .Paak seems like he would be an straight urban artist or pop urban artist. But now Urban AC is getting crowded by
so many of the different
artists.
You know what it is? He's everything though. Like if you get the,
he's got a Smokey Robinson record.
Yeah, he's everything. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like myself. Like he's going. If he wake up one day and want to do a hip hop record, he gonna do it. You know what I mean? If he wants to do a jazz record, he's gonna, like, you know what I mean? So and then let me just speak on Spotify for a minute. Like the numbers last year compared, like I more than quadrupled my numbers. There's over 20 million streams on Spotify. Like that just came out. So my response to the Grammys, to the Soul Train Awards, to just where I've been snubbed countless times over the years, over the decade, is numbers don't lie. Like that's how I cope with the, it would be cool to be recognized by my peers. First of all, a lot of people don't know how the Grammys even work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or how some of these award shows work. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of that has to do with like finance too. Some of the award shows. By Grammys, you're voted for amongst your peers. You know what I mean? With like something like the Soul Train Awards, it's like, it really depends on the marketing that happens and different things that happen. You know what I mean? And I do understand, like with the Soul Train, and even with the Grammys, like at the end of the day, because I want to see the new generation win. So when you see somebody like Lucky Day who got 5 nominations, he deserved that.
Roll some more.
You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for the BJ Chicago kids, the Luke James, the Ro James of the world. Yeah. Do I think that the labels know what they're doing with them?
Well, we all agree on that one.
But at the end of the day, I love how these labels are riding for their artists now. There was a period of time where they didn't ride for them. If Jive had rode for me, how back then, 15 years ago, how RCA rides for like Ro James or whoever, I think it'd be a totally different climate. But at the end of the day, man, numbers don't lie. Like I'm out here. Like if I did 20 million this year, I'm gonna do probably 60 to 100 mil next year. Like I got 3 projects coming out 2020. So like, I'm understanding, I'm understanding, and I tell you this, at the end of the day, it don't really matter. Like, I'm in my season. I know when, you know when you're in your season, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's
These
cool.
questions
Yeah.
are real short. These questions are real short. Your most valued accomplishment from doing music?
My most valuable accomplishment from doing music, probably my sons, because they were all made
From doing music?
after I could afford to be able to take care of them. But more importantly, like, yeah, they were all like made while I was in my, you know, in the era of Raheem, DeVaughn.
Okay.
My foundation, if I could put that in there.
Yes.
Well, there's a question about
Yeah.
your foundation.
Yeah.
Your foundation, why did you start it, and what's the overall meaning of the foundation and why you do it?
So the premise of the Love Life Foundation is to simply remind people every day that we're alive, and and the purpose of being alive is to be of service to others in some form or fashion, right? And to constantly try to commit random acts of kindness. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Love Life Foundation is about. We do everything ranging from fighting domestic violence, women who are battered, children and men. We've been in countless places all around the world. I've been to the UN for those efforts of fighting domestic violence. I'm a huge supporter of the AHF, which is the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, and they're a huge supporter of my brand and the Love Life Foundation.
You help to send kids to school.
Yeah, we do scholarships, the textbook scholarship fund.
You got your holiday party coming up.
I got the
down
holiday party coming up, which you guys have done in the past. Thank you so much. It's rewarding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of at a crossroads with it right now, be honest with
No
you.
pun intended.
No pun intended.
Because you get, you know, you wonder if people are listening or people really care, or you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to find ways to bring more light and shed more light on what I do, so that I can help more people. You know what I mean? So that may involve some cameras or some stuff like that in the near future. You know, but definitely, man, you know, I've always been a person that cares about people. I've always been in a position before being an artist where I was, you know, in customer service, where I was the first person you had to kind of come in contact with. So I think that's why I'm so comfortable with like fans and being able to kind of like handle people publicly, because I was always, you know, from working at Giant Food to being a parcel pickup
Peace
guy.
out to
Tower
Gi-
Records.
Tower
Peace
Records.
out to Giant Food.
You know what I'm saying? Which was
Yeah.
the last job I had. Like, I was always the first person you had to see when you came in and you had to come in contact with. So I set the tone for when you come in Giant. You know, or I was, and in some cases, the first and the last person you had to see. You know what I mean? So, so if it's one thing I think that I'm good at is being able to read people, and that's why, you know, it's easy to kind of like put the songs together. You kind of see the gaps of like what's missing, what people want, what brings people together, you know, what can be destructive, you know, what can feel like a love bomb, you know what I mean? And yeah.
Well, you know, we have one last thing we want to talk about, but in fact, we can actually have the band come out and set up while we ask this question. Really, it's more of a statement, really. You know, and you talked about being able to read people, being an artist, talking about love, talking about social consciousness, talking about all the different things that makes us us. And we've had Kenny Gamble here, and y'all from Philly, y'all know who Kenny Gamble is. And he talked about the process of watching people and watching their experiences and pulling the subject matters for what they do out of that. If you had something to give the people about love, about your folks, what would you want them to know? Just a life lesson. What would you want them to take away from your music?
I would say this, because like people don't, at some point I gotta do like a book or a movie about my life. Nobody would ever believe it. Like the text messages I just got from like a family member before I came on stage. And I'm sure y'all can relate to this. It's probably
We can.
about,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Or like, and I ain't gonna say who the other person was, but y'all will never know what it's like to be us. So don't take us for granted as musicians, right? But to answer your question, happiness requires selfishness, right? And you have to be unapologetic about your personal moments of happiness that you create. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get to see him a lot. So it was very important for me to be with him on his birthday, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And outside of like, you know, what this moment, I'm happy in my moment. And what you got to understand is for you to be happy, you have to love yourself, right? That's just goes without saying. But in that happy moment, that for you to be happy, there's somebody sitting somewhere that's like extremely miserable. They either miserable about the fact that like you didn't pick them to be with in a relationship, or they didn't take the time to invest in their selves or stack their bread, so they feel like you obligated to take care of something for them. Or they haven't really forgiven you for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so happiness requires selfishness. It requires a lot of self-love. Love requires, and a part of that is like therapy. So some people's therapy is like, just be careful with your vices. You know what I'm saying? Because there's therapeutic vices, and then there's unhealthy vices. You know what I'm saying? So just pick your vices wisely. I'll save the rest for the book. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here first from the Love King, Raheem DeVaughn. The new album, The Love Reunion, is available right now.
Yes, it
and
is.
I do believe Raheem will be giving us a few cuts from.
Oh yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not only gonna rock with the band. Yeah. I'm gonna rock with the band, right? But before I do that, I want to do like two of my most favorite songs right now from my new album, acoustically for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
How's that
So
sound?
you're getting a
Sound good?
treat. I told y'all, Kindred, presents for everybody.
So again, man, make some noise for our family, man. Kindred, family soul, y'all. Wonderful thing y'all doing here. 2020, everybody ready for 2020? It's a new decade, new energy. You know what I'm saying? New situations, new bags, new dreams, new horizons, right? So to my left, this is Jarrell, my MD from my band. Anybody ever came to a full band show of mine? Say like in the last year or two. So that's my new MD, Jarrell. That's Kels on guitar. You know, they are 2 out of 4 of a group called Attention, which is very dope. And I got a new project coming out soon. It's called From Lust Till Dawn, right? Yeah, winter's coming. So they got a cut on the album that I wrote. So you can look forward to that. And I'm about like, I figure like, I like to invest in people around me, you know what I mean? I figure like if we working together, we should be able to make money together and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So anybody got my new album, my most recent album number 7? Yeah? If you don't have to lie. That's fine. You ain't got to lie, Craig. If you don't have a copy, you can get one tonight. Anybody still listen to CDs or collect CDs? Is there anybody, before I leave, I just want to know, is there anybody who needs to purchase a physical copy of my album number 7, The Love Reunion, a physical copy, a CD copy? Raise your hand. Yeah, we got one right there. We got one right there. Boom, boom. Okay, so I have CDs available immediately following my set. I guess they'll put us in a meet and greet area. Yeah, and we're gonna take some pictures. Now, for those, yeah, you can take pictures on behalf of the Love Life Foundation. It's just like church. Don't roll your eyes up. It's just like church. God is good. And for me to continue doing my good, I need a donation for a picture tonight to the Love Life Foundation. Whatever that is, it's on you. But it helps me continue my work, not only locally, but globally. And, it's definitely a party with a purpose at this point, you know? So I got this new single. Well, I guess it's been out since June. And it's called Just Right. Yeah, she said, oh, yes. I love doing like acoustic performances. I think I want to do more of these. You know, the intimate vibe, you know. Hey, G, you can go up to the house if you want. I got him, and me and him locked in like this, man. You know, it's something about being a parent. You just know where your kid is. You got those senses. Oh, yeah. Music should make you feel beautiful. All the ladies, put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right. Yeah, put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Oh, yeah. Put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. If you know you're just right, baby. If you know you're just right, baby. Just right, just right. Just right, just right. Oh, yeah. You're some kind of royalty.
Testify, testify.
I want you all my loyalty.
I gotta testify.
I want you all my fidelity.
Speak on it.
You brought the new man in me. I feel God when you lay next to me. And you're still pretty even when you're angry. You took my heart, came right in and tamed me. I'm so glad I was chosen. Your love is golden. You are just right, just right, just right, just right.
You're so perfectly imperfect.
Oh, but
Girl,
loving you, just right, just right, just right. Loving you is a testimony. You put something on me. You loving just right, baby. You are just right, baby. You are a work of art. You are a new star. See, you are the remedy. When you save me from me, my piece of heaven, my daily blessing, teacher lessons, my favorite session, my favorite lips to kiss in the midnight hour. Love making in the shower, butt naked while you holler. You took my heart, came right in and tamed me. I'm so glad I was chosen. Your loving is golden. Every little thing about you, baby, just right, just right, just right.
You're so perfectly
Ooh,
imperfect.
but loving you is worth it. Just right,
Just right.
just right,
Just right. Just right.
Ooh, loving you is a testimony. You put something on me. Oh. Ooh, 24/7. All 300, baby. 65 days of the year. Hey, I'd be lost without you, baby. I couldn't even fathom, baby. Loving you is a love testimony. You put something on me.
Just right. You're so perfectly imperfect. Girl,
loving you just right, baby.
Just right,
Oh, loving you is a testimony. You put something on me. Just right, just right, just right, just right. You're so perfectly imperfect, but loving you, baby.
Just right, just
Oh,
right.
loving you's a testimony. You put something on me. Put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right. Hey, ladies, hey, put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Hey, if you know you're just right tonight, baby. If you know you're just right tonight, baby. Hey, put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Hey, whoa, put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Yeah, hey, hey. Put your hands in the air tonight if you know you're just right, baby. Hey, if you know you're just right, baby. If you know you're just right, play the verse, we're gonna fade out. You're some kind of royalty. I wanna give you all my royalty. Loving you just right, just right. So, listen out for the new single. We already in the black. We are, with the new distributor, we already in the black. So big shout out to DMG, which is DeVaughn Multimedia Group, my immediate staff. But a bigger shout out to SRG, ILS, and I'm just gonna call him CV for short. He don't like a lot of attention, but he's been a great partner to me with my music, a breath of fresh air for what I'm doing musically right now. And we already in the black. So we got another single coming off the most recent album, The Love Reunion. And it will be called the song The Love Reunion. So listen out for that. Continue to stream the music on Spotify and Apple Music and all these different places because, you know, it's working. You know what I mean? How many of y'all use Spotify? Yeah, so definitely blow me up on Spotify. Continue to listen to the album, you know, and all the bodies of work there. And but another one of the favorite songs, you know, it's kind of like we were either going to go with like Love Reunion, which we decided to do, or we were going to go with this song, which I already have a video for, and y'all seem to love the song. Now, I know you know I got the song called Black Ice Cream, right? She said, yes. But you ain't even, you wouldn't be categorized as black ice cream. You do know that, right? Like, technically, for me, you know, for my palate, I would consider you more like a rose gold. All right, so we did it, you know, we do it for the chocolate sisters, but we also do it for all our sisters, all different shades and sizes. And yeah, I said sizes. I like something to hold on to me myself, you know. Yeah, I mean, all right, don't get pregnant. So I want to do this song called Rose Gold for y'all. It's one of my favorites off the album. Can I perform that for y'all? And then we're gonna bring the band out. We're gonna have some fun. You know, she said right now. I want it right now, Zaddy. Yeah. Well, you know what I say, touch yourself. I'm here to remind you that you're alive. Don't judge me, son. All right, we're gonna work it out for y'all. It's called Rose Gold. Damn, you got me under your hypnosis. I'm in Wonderland, overdosing off your potion, flying high. See, your love's got me stoned, yeah. I think I'm gonna make you my new thing, my boo thing. I can't help but surrender, 'cause you got that hold. Can't fight or resist it. control. Let's make the most beautiful tale ever told. My rose gold, rose gold. Ooh, yes. Your love's the best, baby, baby, baby. Flesh on flesh, till we sweat, till the bed get wet. Lord, have mercy. Make me wanna ask your ring size. I think a nigga wanna marry you and say I do every time you lay me down in the universe. It's sticky honey when the bed shakes, when the earthquake. How much D can you take, baby? No, don't jump off, don't jump off, don't jump off. Hold up. I need a cigarette, but I don't smoke. You can ride this love like a Ferris wheel. I think I love you. I can't fight no resistance, 'cause love's in control. Let's make the most beautiful tale ever told. My rose gold, rose gold. I can't help but surrender, 'cause you got that hold. I can't fight no resistance, 'cause love's in control. Let's make the most beautiful tale ever told. My rose gold, rose gold. You're my rose gold, baby. Rose gold, you're my rose gold, baby, 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 baby. You're my rose, rose gold, gold, gold. Rose gold, rose gold, rose gold, rose gold, rose gold. My golden girl. Rose gold, rose gold. Rose gold, rose gold, rose gold, rose gold. My golden girl. My golden girl. My golden girl. Thank you. One more before the band comes. If I did it for the rose gold, I gotta do it for the black ice cream. I'm just saying. This is the acoustic version. Just bear with us. It's cool because you can really hear the words, you know what I'm saying? Out of 31 flavors, baby, you make 32. Let me scoop that on my cone. Let me show you what it do. Open wide, open sesame, yeah. Open wide, open sesame, yeah. Listen, you be the scoop, I be the cone, baby, yeah. You be the queen, I be the throne. Ooh, you be the ride, I be the saddle, baby. You be the spoon, I be the stir, you crazy. Be the power of the people, the pleasure, yeah. I be a D, you do whatever. Hey, you be that job, I'll be that work, baby. And I'll be that pipe to make you burst when I'm in. When you scream, when you melt, you be like black ice cream. Sing the words like, yeah, from your lips to your ears. Don't won't stop, just give it here your whole life. Yeah, your whole life. Yeah. Now put that on the bed, I pinky swear, yeah. I'll be the hands that pull your hair, yeah. I'll be the motion in your ocean, baby. The helium that's in your floating lazy. 'cause you're my hero, I'm all in one. My wide receiver when I call. I keep my grip and don't let you fall. I make you climb these Philadelphia walls. When I'm in, when you scream, when you melt, you be like black ice cream, like black ice cream, yeah. From your lips to your ears, don't stop, just give it here. Your whole life, yeah, your whole life. See that thing right here? Sweet like licorice, baby, when we kiss. Baby, when I'm kissing you, it's like the sweetest gift. Set it all up on my face, I'ma scoop you with that lift. You got that pretty round, round, round. Make me wanna go. Love the way you scream, love the way you cream. Get on up in my ear, baby, call me your love king. And when we play that Jodeci, that Sade, and that Marvin, I'll be all of your ice cream like Baskin and Robbins like, oh, 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 yeah. Do you feel me throbbing? Yeah, like, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. When I'm in, when you scream, when you melt, you be like black ice cream, like black ice cream. From your lips to your ear, don't won't stop, just give it here, your whole life, yeah, your whole life. Hey, hey, out of 31 flavors, baby, you make 32. Yeah, baby, open wide open sesame. Hey, open wide open sesame. Yeah, out of 31 flavors, baby, you make 32. Let me scoop that on my cone. Let me show you what it do. Open wide open sesame. Yeah, open wide open sesame. Yeah, out of 31 flavors, baby, you make 32. Let me put you on a cone. Let me show you what I can do for you, baby. Open wide, yeah, open wide, hey, hey. Break it down real low. Not like mango, not like peach, like black cream, yeah. Hey, band, come on down. Hey, thank y'all again for bringing me to Philly countless times to share more about my life and what I enjoy doing. Make some noise again for the curators of this event. Kindred and the Family Soul, y'all. Forever fam. Nobody's gonna save our music and our culture. We're gonna have to take the responsibility of doing that. You as the consumers and as the streamers, you have a voice, exercise it. By the way, don't forget to vote as well. You got a voice to do that too. You know what I'm saying? Because we living like we bulletproof. Bang, 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 bang. Don't forget to vote. So again, y'all have the power to keep our music alive by not only, streaming it and supporting it, but passing it on to other people who love the music that you like, as well as hipping y'all kids to it, the next generation, you know what I'm saying? So keep the culture alive, y'all. We're nothing without y'all as the artists, so we appreciate you. And, I don't know any other way to say it besides if nobody told you that they love you today, then allow me to be the first to say I love you. And, yeah. And so right now I want to take it back to the year 2005. The album was called The Love Experience. Let me see you put an L in the air right now. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, woo, woo. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, now guess who loves you more? Hey, 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 baby, oh, baby. Hey, that's right, me. Guess who loves you more, 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 more? Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. I said, lady, 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 my darling, darling lady, I wanna restore your hope. Forget about the past. This thing's gonna last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I wanna drive them. I wanna rock you. To sleep the right way. What I'm trying to say is, hey, I said yes, who loves you more, more, more. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Hey, I said I love you, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Hey, hey, baby, baby. My love for you can never be measured. 'Cause girl, I treasure your love in each day. My love will multiplies for you. Long as by the time it's by my side, I'm gonna be right by your side. Baby, you're perfect in my eyes. You're my joy and pride. Hey girl, I love her. I said I love the love you. I said I love the love you, baby, baby. Oh, baby. I said just me, baby, me, baby, me, baby, me, baby, me, baby, me, baby, me. How is the God I do? Said I love you. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, baby. I said you never got to worry. No, 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 baby. No, baby. I said it's me, baby. Said it's me that loves you, baby. Hey, hey. It's me that loves you, baby.
It's me that loves
You, baby. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, I said I never had to worry. No, no, no. Feel it.
It's me that loves
I said I love you, baby.
It's me that loves
I said I love you, baby. I ain't going nowhere. I said you never got to worry. No, 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 no. Hard is the God I do.
It's me that loves
Said I love you. Hey, hey. I said you never, 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 never got to worry. No, 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 no. Never got to worry. No, 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 no. Never got to worry. No, 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 no. Hey, hey, somebody, let me hear you say, hey. Oh, come on, Philly. Well, right now, I say, oh, hit me. Keep the groove going. Listen, now tell me where y'all from now. I said, now where y'all from now? Come on and say it real loud. Up top, I want to hear you feel you too now. Now, I said, now where y'all from now? I said, now where y'all from now? Now somebody, everybody, now scream. Say, ah. Come on. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Don't be too cool for school, young man. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You got to sing too. I'm just here to remind you that you're alive. You know what I'm talking about? Because life is short. Hey, sing along if you happen to be alive. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey. Ooh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. Y'all sing, say. Yeah. Hey, and they say in the Philadelphia, a Philly, a Philly rock on. Hey, a Philly rock on. Hey, hey, a Philly rock on. Hey, a Philly rock on. Hey. A Philly rock on. A bass line, y'all say. Yeah, uh-huh. Hey, you know what love is. Hey, peace, y'all. I want to thank y'all for supporting my music for over 15 years strong. Some of y'all, we like 20 years in. I pray the Creator give us like another 60 to go. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Philly's always my second home. You know what it is. You know what love is. Yeah. You know what love is. You know what love is. Want to give a big birthday shout out to somebody out there right now. I know somebody's celebrating their birthday month. We got these Sagittariuses in the building right now. Yeah. You know what love is. Yeah. You know what love is. Yeah. It felt so good. It felt so good. Philly, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Come on. You say, hey. Ooh, boo, boo. Yeah. I said we are family. I got Kindred family, so with me. Come on, baby. Hey. Sing for the world to hear.